Hello and welcome to the Strategy of the Week. My name is Jim Penna and I will be providing tonight's strategy titled A Window of Opportunity. Over the past several weeks we have focused our strategies on how to make money using the new enhanced real-time Derby tool. Jerry began by giving a great overview of the new enhancements and showing a wonderful technique for day trading methods. Todd followed by showing a practical and profitable method that combines several different analysis modes. And finally, last week, Angel presented a fabulous way to use the buy and hold analysis mode to make money. There is a pattern here, and that is the confirmation that the real-time Derby tool helps you find the strategies that are working best right now, whether you are day trading or buying to hold for a longer period of time. Well, tonight I will focus on the short-term swing traders. The sliding window function in our analysis mode was created for you. So let's get right into the program. As always, we'll begin with market timing, so I'm going to go to our Graphs tab and take us right into a market timing graph of the VectorVest composite. We've defaulted to a 1-year graph. I'm going to take that back for a 3-month look back and leave just the price of the VectorVest composite. And as Angel did last week, we're going to focus on a signal date, or the date that we're going to choose to employ the strategies we find in the Derby tool. And for the sake of this demonstration, I am going to focus on a low that occurred back on October the 9th. And I'm going to use as our signal date what has become a favorite market timing indicator here called the RT Kicker Combo. Down at the lower left corner of my graph, I could pull up those timing signals on our graph, and I can see that from that low, our first RT Kicker Combo up signal came on October 22nd of 2013. So my goal here is to take the 22nd, which is our signal date, and look back to a recent low, which in this case happens to be 10 trading days, and use the real-time Derby tool to find the searches that provided the stocks that got us from this low to this very next uptrend in the RT Kicker Combo. So these are the date ranges we're going to use. The October 22nd uptrend in the RT Kicker measured from the low on October 9th so that we can get into the Derby tool and find the best strategies to help us make money going from that up signal. So with that setup in mind, let's go ahead and jump into the Derby tool. Go to our main toolbar, left click on the Derby tab, and it brings us to our Derby view, which is currently showing us the strategies that are working best right now in real time. But for our purposes tonight, we're going to move over into the Tote Board. So I'll left click on the Tote Board, and here in the Tote Board is where we can find our statistics on each of the searches over a time frame that we choose in our date range box here at the top. I'm going to change our date range back to that October 9th low that we saw in the market timing graph, and make our end date, or our signal date, the first day that the RT Kicker signaled an uptrend. And we can see that date on our quick dates. If I choose RT Kicker Combo, it'll put a green light there on October 22nd, and that's the reason we chose that date. I'll click OK, and we've got our date range set from October 9th to the 22nd, which is a 10-day trading period. We also see on the right here our Derby summary for that same trading period. Gives us all searches, the average total percent gain and loss on all searches, as well as bullish and bearish searches, and is confirmation for us that it was an uptrending market with 117 winners of the bullish searches, or 76%, versus only 42% winning trades on our bearish side. And as we can see in the analysis mode, it defaults to our day trading analysis mode. If I left click on the drop down arrow, it'll give us our day trading mode, the buy and hold, vary the start date, which Angel talked about last week, and finally what we're going to focus on tonight is the sliding window. If I left click on the sliding window, again it'll bring our summary and confirms once again the bullish searches over that period of time, which was October 9th to the 22nd. I'll break that down once again. And we'll focus on the sliding window. And similar to the vary the start date, the sliding window analysis mode provides you with an alternative method to test the efficacy of all Derby-ready searches. It's also ideal for swing traders who want to see which searches deliver the best, most consistent short-term results. And in this mode, we'll select a date range as well as a holding period. It defaults to 3. We're going to change our holding period to a 5-day holding period and click OK. And with this setup, the Derby will then advance both the start date and the end date 1 day at a time while keeping the holding period constant. For example, we have chosen our date range of October 9th to the 22nd. We see that's 10 trading days, and we've selected 5 days for our holding period. My next step is to come to the efficiency factor, the average here at the end. I'm going to left click on that to sort by the highest efficiency. And again, that efficiency factor comes from a combination of the number of winning trades, the number of winning runs, and the max drawdown for each search. And here we have a good number of searches up above a level of 60, which is a great place to start here. And here's where we take a look at the power of the sliding window. The top search here is Rising CI Stealth Stocks. By clicking here, we can see the results the Derby has compiled by running each search 6 times and moving both the start and end date forward 1 day for each run. So our start date was October 9th, took us to October 15th. The search returned 10 stocks. We had 80% or 8 out of 10 winning trades. Our gain-loss percentage for that holding period was 2.8%. with a very high averaged annualized rate of return of 1.46 with absolutely no drawdown, which gives us an efficiency factor of 64%. The sliding window then runs it from October 10th to the 16th, and we see similar results. On the 11th to the 17th holding period, we had 10 winning trades with a gain-loss of over 3.25%, and so on down the line. And you'll notice that October 16th is the last run, because that's the last period that we can run that 5-day holding period and end on our signal date of October 22nd. So these results will reflect the average gain or loss of the search's top 10 stocks for each run date. And the higher the number of winning runs, the higher the effectiveness of the search. The window of opportunity strategy identifies searches that consistently deliver returns in the ideal time frame that you like to hold positions. Now, the longer you set your testing date range, the more reliable your results will be. We do recommend at least 10 days, and this analysis can be done at any time, but we encourage you start on a market timing signal, which is why we chose the 22nd. So there's the basic setup for our window of opportunity strategy, and here in the tote board, the first thing we want to be sure of is that our entry price is set to market open. We've got our sliding window strategy in place, and we have already set our date range and our holding period. Remember, here we want you to be comfortable with the holding time frame that you have in place, usually 3 to 5 days for a good short-term swing trade. We've already sorted by our efficiency average, bringing the top searches to the top of our list. And here's where we employ our window of opportunity strategy. What I'm going to do is create a master watch list, and I'm going to use the top 5 strategies found using the sliding window analysis mode over our chosen date range. Rising CI stealth stocks, beeline boppers, a bottom fishing search that looks for stocks that were a sell for the previous 6 weeks, but for the past 2 weeks were buy recommended stocks and have held on to that buy recommendation. Next, a great search from our conservative folder called Prima Donnas. The next 3 searches on our list, while very good searches, in this case did not bring back a total of 10 stocks. So what I'm going to do is skip past those 3 searches in this case and go to our 5th strategy. Will actually be the RTC WOW winners, where we sort it by price divided by RT. So basically I'm taking the first 5 searches that have returned at least 10 stocks. From these searches I am going to create a master watch list. And to do that takes very little time. I was going to pre-build this watch list, but it is so easy to do, I figured I'll just walk through it here during our presentation. And all I need to do is go to our Unisearch tool, and instead of sifting through the folders, I'm going to click the A to Z icon above the search directory, where it puts our searches in alphanumerical order. If I left click inside the menu, I can then just type in R on my keyboard, and it brings me down to the R section, where I can quickly scroll through and find Rising CI Stealth Stocks. The first thing we want to do is change our display to just the top 10 stocks of each search. And remember, we're running this search as of October 22nd, which was our signal date. Click OK. Choose Run Search. And it brings up the top stocks from that search as it appeared on the close of October 22nd. And to add them to a watch list, I'll simply left click on the top stock. I'm going to hold my Shift key down and click on the bottom stock. That will highlight the entire list. I'll then right-click on my mouse and choose Add to Watchlist. It brings up our watchlist box. I'll highlight the folder called My Watchlists. Come to the icon at the top of that list of folders and left-click, and I'll create a new watch list. And I'll call this a window of opportunity. I'll choose Add, and all I've done is added a watch list to the folder called My Watchlists. Our first 10 stocks were chosen. I'll simply come to the bottom of the box, choose OK, and now we've added the top 10 Rising CI Stealth stocks to our master watch list. I'll go back to our menu. I'll type in the letter B, and I'll choose Beeline Boppers. That was our second list. October 22nd was our signal date. I'll run the search. It displays the top 10. Again, I'll click on the top stock, hold my Shift key down, click on the bottom stock, right-click, choose Add to Watch List. This time, the system knows that I'm looking to put it in a window of opportunity. Those are my stocks on the left. I'll click OK. I'll go back. This time we're looking for that bottom fishing search. And we'll scroll down until we get to that search. I'll follow the same process. Right-click on my mouse, Add to Watch List. There are my stocks, and I'll click OK. Go back to my menu, left-click, type in the letter P because our next search on the list was prima donnas. We'll run that search, and once again we'll follow the steps to bring that search to the top, and we'll add that to a watch list. Great search out of our conservative folder, finding dividend-paying stocks, quality dividend-paying stocks. And then finally, when we skipped past the searches that did not return the 10 stocks, we got to the RTC or RT Kicker combo. WOW winners, that's the watch list of watch list winners, with a special sort where we sort it by the combination of the highest price and the lowest RT stocks coming to the top of the list. We'll click there, and finally we'll add that final watch list to our master watch list. And so my next step is to go to the Viewers tab, and it will automatically open up our master watch list. We chose 5 searches with 10 stocks each. Apparently we had some duplicates on those searches, so it's got a total of 45 items found for us. And the power of the VectorVest Watchlist tool just brings the highest ranked stocks to the top based on the VST rating, or value, safety, and timing. From here we can simply run the search. Again, we want to be back on our signal date of October 22nd. And this leaves us with a few options. We've created a master watch list and a trading range of 10 trading days based on the sliding window analysis mode, and that sliding window brings up stocks from searches that have been consistent and have made money over a period of time that you're comfortable holding these stocks as a short-term swing trader. So our next step is to go ahead and take a look at how we might have done here by employing this strategy. What I'm going to do is click our drop-down arrow in the upper right-hand corner here, and I am going to quick test the top 10 stocks from our master watch list. And we run the quick test, and it began on October 22nd. Had we held these stocks to the current time, we see a really nice gain of 16%, but again, we're looking at a shorter term swing trade here. So let's take our end date back to 1 week from our trade date or signal date, which was October 22nd. And we'll run that test. And we'll take a look at our results. We had 5 winning trades, 5 losing trades. But those searches that were producing winners like Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac alerted us to those trades, and we're able to take advantage of that. That's a 6.84% gain in 5 trading days. Keep in mind, these are short-term swing trades. If we're able to get close to 6.84% on these type of trades over a consistent period of time, we're looking at an annualized rate of return of over 350%. And what I've done here is compared that to the S&P 500 over that similar time frame. And over that time, the S&P 500 was up less than 1%. Remember, October 22nd was our signal date. Our RT Kicker combo timing system gave us an up signal. So all we did was go back to a previous low, in this case a 10-day window, and found the searches which held the stocks that brought us to that uptrend. So this master watch list becomes very valuable. I'll go ahead and close that. There's other ways you can pick through these. We just chose the top 10 stocks there and had a very nice return. One of my favorite indicators in the program is the comfort index. So I'm going to slide over and I'm going to sort our master watch list to the highest CI stocks coming to the top of the list. So I've changed it from the highest VST to highest CI, and let's take a look how that would have performed over that same period of time. We'll quick test the top 10. And we had a little better result. We had 6 winning trades. We're up over 8%. That's over 400% annualized rate of return. And once again, far outperforming the S&P 500 over that short period of time. So we'll go back into the Derby tool and just summarize here what we're able to do. What the sliding window does is allow us to randomize our entry points to find the most consistent searches over a period of time. And each of these searches were very strong over those holding periods that we chose. Now if I go back to the home page, we see recently we've gotten our confirmed down and our RT Kicker is down. Just keep in mind, we flip the logic here. If you want to use these strategies for the downtrending market, we would use our bearish searches. But more importantly, I hope what I've accomplished here is that when this downtrend runs its course and we get that next signal to the upside, that you will be prepared to take advantage of that upturn using the sliding window and the real-time Derby tool. Remember, the VectorVest program is designed to help you decide when to buy, what to buy, and when to sell. And nothing does it better than our real-time Derby tool. As far as the when to sell, keep in mind we're going to keep sensible stops. We're going to take advantage, realizing that we are short-term swing trading, and we're going to take those profits when they become available. P.S. Keep in mind there will be a live Q&A webcast on Monday at 2 p.m. Simply go to register at www.vectorvest.com/events to register for that question and answer period on Monday. And that concludes this strategy of the week. I thank you for joining me. As always, if there's any questions that VectorVest can help with, please don't hesitate to call 888-658-7638. Thank you and have a good evening.